Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut a stylish queen and neckline dress with side gathers. So if this is something you like, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button. Let's dive right into today's video. So first, here is my pattern, and I've gone ahead to mark out my basic measurement, which includes my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip point, and my dress length, which is about 32 inches. I added 1 inch for folding allowance. So to get your hip point is 7 inches from your waistline. If you're a much taller person, you are going to use 8 inches. So I went ahead to place my tape, mark my shoulder divided by 2, and I went down by 1 inch. This is to draw your shoulder slope, and I'm going to go ahead to connect all the way to the tip of my pattern paper this way. So after I'm done doing that, is to find your chest line, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I have 7, and I'll mark what I have on the shoulder divided by 2 at that point, just to have a straight line, and I'll connect and mark. So after I'm done doing that, I'll place my ruler and I will draw out a straight line at that point, which will serve as my chest line. So now on that chest line point, or on the armhole rather, I'm going to go ahead to fold my tape into 2 this way and mark. Now I'll come in by ½ inch. On the chest line, I'll go ahead and mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Connect from that point all the way to the middle and to the upper part of the shoulder this way. So after I'm done doing this, I'm going to mark my bust band divided by 2. Mine is 3.5 if I divide it by 2, meaning my nipple to nipple is 7 inches. Divided by 2, I have 3.5. So I'll mark this all the way to the lower part of my pattern, because this will be serving as a guide when I'm marking out the design I have at the lower part of the dress. After I'm done marking that, I'm just going to go ahead to connect. I'm going to rule a straight line connecting from the chest line to the waist, to the hip point, and also to the gown length. So after I'm done marking this, I'll be taking a dart intake of 1 inch on both sides of my waistline and also at the under bust. So if you're plus size, you're going to be using 1.5 inches, or if you're a bit busty, you're going to be using 1.5 inches. So I'll go ahead and I'll connect this at both sides of my pattern, place my curve drew, and I'll connect. Just to make sure that my curve is good enough, I'm just going to flip my curve drew this way, and I will reconnect it. So this is what I have at this point. So to decide where your cup will start or your neckline will start, I marked 1.5 inches from my chest line and I ruled a line. Now I'll go ahead and mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2 again, and I will connect. Now I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch at both sides. So if you're plus size or you're a bit busty, you'll be using 1.5 inches or 2 inches on this part. So after I'm done reconnecting, this is what I have. So next we are going to go ahead to work on the shoulder part of this pattern. So I'm going to go ahead to mark 1.5 inches at this part. On the neckline, I'll mark my basic neckline of 3 inches. From that part, I'm just going to go ahead to reconnect, and this is what I have after I'm done connecting my neckline, and I'll go ahead to connect it to the other side. So from my chest line, I'm going to come down by ½ inch and I'm going to connect, or you're going to come up by ½ inch. It totally depends on what you want, but the neckline is not so deep. So after I'm done doing that, I went ahead to use my marker to mark this out. I'll be marking my bust circumference divided by 4. Measure this dart intake, replace it, and add my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. At the under bust, I'm going to mark my under bust circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace it, and add my sewing allowance. At the waistline, I'll be marking my waist circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace it, and I'll be adding my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. So this 1.5 inches is not a standard, it totally depends on what you want. So I'll go ahead and connect this all the way to the waistline. So for the lower part of my dress, I'll be cutting it out separately entirely. So I don't want to have a dart at that point, so that I won't start having joining at the skirt part. But if you like, you can just go ahead to connect your dart this way and continue marking out your measurement. So for the skirt part, I just want to have a normal skirt pattern without that, because that is what we actually have on the thumbnail. So I'm going to mark my waist circumference here divided by 4. I have 7, and I'll be adding my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. At the hip point, I'm going to mark my hip circumference divided by 4, and I'll be adding my sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. So whatever I have on this point at my hip point, which is my hip circumference divided by 4 and my sewing allowance, I'm just going to go ahead to connect it. So at the sewing allowance of your hip, you can even add extra 1 inch, because we are also going to slash and spread that part of our pattern when we are making this dress. So this is what I have on this part. So you want to go ahead to draw out the curve. So this is what I said about my nipple to nipple point. I'll be using it as a guide. So you can come in by a ½ inch or 1 inch at this part. So I came in by 0.75 at the lower part. So from that point, I'm just going to connect it all the way down to my pattern this way. So this is what I have after I'm done connecting. So I'll go ahead and I will cut out the upper part of my pattern first before we start cutting out the lower part of my pattern. So at this point, if you find this tutorial very interesting and educative, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also join us in our sewing video that will be coming up later. So this is what I have. If you notice, the waistline is matching up. So what I'm going to do now is to cut the lower part of this pattern. At the side of this pattern, we are going to be using a slash and spread method, but I'll be doing that when we are actually sewing this dress. And I'll be using the lower part of this pattern to cut the back pattern. So after I'm done cutting, this is what I have, and this is what my pattern is looking like. So we are going to go ahead to move over to the back pattern of this dress. For the back pattern, I've gone ahead to mark out all my basic measurements just like we did for the front. The only difference is that I have a zipper allowance of 1.5 inches in front, and all my measurements started immediately after the zipper. For the neckline, I used 3 by 1.5 inches. So for the chest line area, I'm going to be marking my bust circumference divided by 4. Go ahead to draw out my armhole curve just like we did for the front pattern. So now, after I'm done marking this, all I'm going to do is to go ahead to mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2, which I will start from the zipper allowance. Just like I said, all my measurement is starting from the zipper allowance. So after I'm done marking that, I'm just going to go ahead to place my ruler, and I'm going to connect and rule a straight line at this point. So after I'm done doing that, I'll be marking ½ inch at both sides of my pattern, come down by 1 inch for my bust, and I'm just going to go ahead to rule a straight line connecting to that 1 inch I came down from. So next, I'll go ahead and mark my body circumference. At the bust, I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4, add my 1.5 sewing inch allowance. There's no dart there. At the under bust, I'll mark my under bust circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace, and add my sewing allowance to that. At the waistline, I'll mark my waist circumference divided by 4, measure the dart intake, replace, and add my sewing allowance to the pattern. So after I'm done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead to place my curve drew, and I'm going to connect from the chest line to the bust, under bust, and down to the waist part of my pattern this way. So after this, we are going to go ahead to work on the neckline of the pattern. So I'll be coming down by 1.5 inches, and from that point I'll come in by 2 inches or 2.5. So from there, I'm going to go ahead to connect this all the way to that point. So this is what I have. So after I'm done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead to mark out the bulginess at the back of the dress. So at the waistline, I'm going to be marking in ½ inch, and from that ½ inch at the waistline, I'm going to go ahead to take it all the way up to the upper part of my pattern, or to the chest line and I'm just going to rule out my chest line this way, and after that I'll just go ahead to cut it out. So here is the upper part of my back pattern, and I'm done drafting it out. So when you're cutting out, another thing you need to have in mind is that the place where the yoke at the back starts, you're going to notch it so that you know exactly where to place your yoke back. That is the upper part of your pattern. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and also leave your comment at the comment section, or if you have any question also, you can also leave it at the comment section. So after I'm done cutting out, I went ahead to notch where this will start so that I don't get confused when I'm sewing that. So now we'll be moving over to the lower part. So I went ahead to mark my waist to hip point, which is 7 inches, and my skirt full length, or the lower full length, and I added a zipper allowance in front. So I will just go ahead to take my front pattern and place first. So all I'm going to do is just to place and trace out this pattern and just add a zipper allowance. So I'll be leaving a little space in between because I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. So all I'm going to do is to trace out the front pattern, the first part of the back pattern, the part that has a zip, and then I'll trace out the other parts. So in our sewing video, we'll be doing the slash and spread method for the side of the pattern. So I'm just going to go ahead to just trace this out. So after I'm done tracing it out, I'll just go ahead to unpin my pattern so that you see what I have underneath it. So with this, we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and join us in the sewing video. And if you have any question, please leave it at the comment section. Thanks.